It's time to address Snark subreddits. 2 months ago, she was seen on SaveAFox Snark attempting to defend herself from her detractors. User Pale Explanation 709 would go on, posting unsubstantiated speculation about the mysterious disappearance of Dakota the Coyote or discussing various injuries and deaths at the rescue. Mikayla became aware of the subreddit sometime in the past 2 months. The official SaveAFox rescue Reddit account was seen multiple times since April attempting to defend the rescue against her detractors. Unfortunately, Pale Explanation 709 had some choice words for Mikayla. Stick to OnlyFans if you don't want to deal with the public.
Good evening everyone. Today's video I want to cover a more serious topic, so I should have a disclaimer being like, if you don't like topics of suicide or online harassment, then you should probably click off. But anyways, today I want to cover the topic of Mikayla Reigns and her very unfortunate passing, where the issue seems to be like the online harassment she was getting online from a Reddit snark group. Some way, somehow. I mean, I don't mean like, oh, she killed herself, but like, it blows my mind that now we have another drama spearheaded by a snark group. It's very unfortunate. So for a quick background on her, she ran a non-profit organization called SaveAFox, where it's just the name, they saved foxes. More specifically from places like fur farms, because the way that they're brought up in there, in those awful places, they can't really be released back in the wild. They have to be cared for and brought back to like a new family to be taken care of in a house. And she did exactly that for many years. Like, it's a very wholesome charity that anyone would like, and very few people have an issue with. But some way, somehow, she was getting enough online harassment from a snark group to the point that it made her to take her own life. It's very unfortunate. Now, from the story I read on here, from online, I feel like there were multiple factors going on, because apparently, allegedly, she suffered from autism, depression, and BPD. So there might be like other factors going on in her life that led to that point, potentially. But anywho, we heard about this from... It's so unfortunate. Her own husband released a video talking about it. I won't play the whole video because it's very heartbreaking and it's much longer. So go check it out if you want. And also support their fundraiser they're having right now. But essentially, yeah, it gives like the same point about how there's a snark subreddit group called r/SaveAFox snark, and yeah, they were just hating her non-stop. It wasn't like a very massive one, but I'll break them down in a second. But yeah, once again, it's a very unfortunate passing because both Mikayla and her husband did have a toddler. So it's just very unfortunate in general. So I guess now I'll come to the part where I can actually tackle the situation properly with some more like leeway, and I'll break down the snark Reddit group. I'll give some respect to this guy, at Reddit Lies, because it seems like he actually, properly and accurately broke down the history of them and how it is just very petty. Like very, very petty, as you'll see in a second. But yeah, for the actual beginning of them, Mikayla Reigns, founder of SaveAFox Rescue, just took her own life. 2 months ago, she was seen on r/SaveAFox snark attempting to defend herself from her detractors. And it seems like these people was like a very small handful of people. Some random people on Reddit as well, but also apparently some people that worked with her and were discrediting her as a piece of shit, all that stuff. So the same person right here, back in April 24, Reddit user/Pale Explanation 709 created r/SaveAFox snark after rumors of a bobcat biting a volunteer surfaced. And for a quick breakdown of this huge paragraph, it seemed there was a volunteer at a shelter who was taking care of a bobcat, but also at the same time she didn't have permission for that. So of course, when they fed her the bobcat, she was bitten by it, and they paint like an insane narrative of how Mikayla told that person she was angry with them, but also furthermore told them to not go to the hospital in fear that the bobcat would be euthanized, all that stuff. And they're painting this insane story while having no evidence. Like, this person just said very simply, oh, I met with the volunteer who got bit, and that's it. No proof, nothing more. I was like, I can't even dig for any more evidence because this snark group was taken down, or they just nuked their entire existence, so you can't really find it anymore. Oh no, so you can find it right now, but it's very private. Like, you have to message the mods to get into it. Holy shit. So then moving on from that, Pale Explanation 709 would go on posting unsubstantiated speculation about the mysterious disappearance of Dakota the Coyote, or discussing various injuries and deaths at the rescue. Hold it, what is this? Where is the coyote? There's speculation. Various injuries and deaths of animals in Mikayla's Rain's care. So again, so far when I got to this part, I was like, oh, maybe it's somebody that actually cares for the animals. That's it. But it really seems like that's not the case the more you go on. And next up, at one point, Pet Explanation 709 used ChatGPT to write a laundry list of ethical issues surrounding the rescue, most of which don't appear to apply directly to SaveAFox. My God, this seems like a person that really cares about what they're doing, breaking down a non-profit saving foxes, because Mikayla really sucks according to them. Whatever. Other users began posting this to subreddit as well. A video of Mikayla, this was wild. A video of Mikayla showing a fox with her foot was posted as evidence of her kicking a fox. The subreddit accused Mikayla selling Ruby's fur because Mikayla was selling Ruby's shed in little jars. Yes, just making insane stuff. And also, they have the audacity to link a video where it shows directly the opposite of that. Just shooting a fox and also just shedding the fur, or selling the fur, not fucking stripping the fox entirely and its fur. Just insane shit. Okay, I don't want to make the connection to the hate-free snark, but it's very similar to that, where any group online on Reddit that has their own community followed by the word snark, they're not very mentally stable people. They want to tear someone down, and they don't care about, how strong the point is, or if it's ethical and really in good faith. They just don't care at all. And furthermore, Mikayla became aware of this subreddit sometime in the past 2 months. The official SaveAFox Rescue Reddit account was seen multiple times since April, attempting to defend the rescue against her detractors. I want to bring up now again. If in any other drama, right? So in any situation, you could just say, oh, why would you tackle with them? They're just nobodies. Why just save yourself the drama and don't interact with them. Bear in mind, there's 2 things, right? Number 1, she did have mental conditions that probably made it a bit harder for her to ignore that stuff, I feel like. And second of all, bear in mind, if you run a non-profit saving foxes and there were people slandering your business online or your rescue team, right, you'd be livid at them. And I don't blame her, that's why. So if they're making very dumb lies that can be easily debunked, yeah, I don't blame her at all. And there were 2 parts here that were the most wild, in my opinion. It was this first one, tackling the selling the fur part. We picked up shed fur from the ground and sold it to raise funds for a rescue. Shame. That's pretty funny. Oh, you saw a video of the bobcat biting said victim? Or you just saw a bloody hand and said, that's enough proof for me. Any of the animals here that are bite risk are handled by me because I don't care if I get bit, but I will not let that happen to others. Yeah, I think this is Mikayla speaking here. Let me stick my hand in the blender and then tell you that your dog attacked me. It must also be true. That gullibility you possess is wild. That's pretty funny. Unfortunately, Pale Explanation had some choice words for Mikayla. Okay, so if you want to be, you probably saw already, any charitability you might have for them as a caring person who cares for the foxes, their rescue, all of that is just gone because of this fucking sentence. They're just so bad faith. If you don't want to deal with the public, then maybe just stick to your OnlyFans. Holy fuck, that you have to be an actual worm to write that. Even if you're very fucking good faith, you nobody would stoop down to that low of saying go to OnlyFans. Holy fuck, dude. You go back again. From my knowledge of this, it seems that this thread is very accurate so far. This subreddit was tiny. There were only 19 posts and 91 comments made over the course of a year. But again, you bear in mind, there's a small community, a very small niche one, but they're slandering her non-profit that she deeply cares about. Of course she'd be fucking responding to that and being livid about it. r/SaveAFox now has since gone private, likely to dodge scrutiny following the news of Mikayla's passing. That makes sense. And this is a breakdown of the snark community, or on Reddit in general, not just here, across the board, everywhere. More background about a different family, more shit about this, another person, and just filing up here. It's clear that the snark subreddits are purpose-built for targeted harassment. The snarkers who run them feign concern while attempting to destroy the lives of the targets. Unfortunately, this culture of harassment may have cost her life yesterday. Rest in peace, Mikayla. Again, from my own opinion, right, I think there were other factors, but the easiest one to make public was this one. Like, regardless though, that's not me defending this snark subreddit, because so far, it seems that it's full of worms. Like, it's full of like bad faith actors, and even worse, it's full of idiots who will make a point and then link a video that shows nothing like that. Like, actual morons. So okay, I've seen like really bad snark subreddits, like H3 Snark, they're fucking awful, but this one might take the cake. Because how do you make like a snark subreddit for a non-profit saving foxes? And you also, and you really back up the fact that the bad faith, they take rumors from just anyone who doesn't really have any proof. Like, that first story, to go back a second, sounds pretty bad, Like, no, it doesn't actually. Because this person, the volunteer that got bit by the bobcat, they seem like an idiot. Like, even then, they show no evidence for that, if it even did happen. So it's very insane, Shumi, in my opinion. So again, I give my condolences to the family who just lost her, because it's very depressing. But also, furthermore, I think the activity of snark communities on Reddit should really be investigated, because for all you know, it could lead to like a very small chance of something like this happening again in the future. So Reddit, just keep an eye on that, for fuck's sake, dude.